This is All India Radio and I'm Tanvi Taneja with the news at 9. The headlines. India's flagship global conference, Raisina Dialogue, begins in New Delhi. Foreign ministers of 12 countries, including Iran, to deliberate on various issues. Filing of nominations begins for Delhi Assembly elections. Aam Aadmi Party announces candidates for all 70 seats. Supreme Court rejects curative petitions of 2 of the 4 death row convicts in the Nirbhaya rape case. Hallmarking of gold jewellery and artifacts to be made mandatory. In Khelo India Youth Games, Uttam Yadav of UP makes a new meet record in 1500-metre race. And in cricket, Australia defeat India by 10 wickets in the first ODI at Mumbai. India's flagship global conference on geopolitics and geoeconomics, Raisina Dialogue, began in New Delhi this evening. Prime Minister Narendra Modi attended the inaugural session. Former Prime Minister of New Zealand, Helen Clark, former President of Afghanistan, Hamid Karzai, former Prime Minister of Canada, Stephen Harper, former Prime Minister of Sweden, Carl Bildt, former Prime Minister of Denmark, Anders Fogh Rasmussen, former Prime Minister of Bhutan, Tshering Sobge, and former Prime Minister of South Korea, Han Seung-soo, also attended the inaugural session. The 7 former heads of state or government shared their views on important challenges facing the world. The 5th edition of the prestigious event is being jointly organized by the Ministry of External Affairs and the Observer Research Foundation. The 3-day conference will see participation of 12 foreign ministers, including from Russia, Iran, Australia, Maldives, South Africa, Denmark, Uzbekistan, and the EU. Our correspondent reports that the participation of Iran Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif assumes significance as it comes amid the standoff between the United States and Iran. The process for filing nomination papers has begun for the upcoming Delhi Assembly elections with the issuance of notification today. Candidates can file their nominations till 21st of this month. Scrutiny will take place the next day. The last date for withdrawal of papers is 24th of January. Polling for the 70-member Delhi Assembly will be held on the 8th of next month and counting of votes will take place on the 11th of February. Meanwhile, the Aam Aadmi Party has announced the names of candidates for all 70 seats. We have a report.
46 sitting MLAs of the party have been given the tickets. Chief Minister and party convener Arvind Kejriwal will contest from the New Delhi Assembly seat, while his deputy Manish Sisodia from the Patparganj Assembly seat. Ministers Saten Jain will fight from Shakurbasti seat, Gopal Rai from Babarpur, Kailash Gehlot from Najafgarh, Rajendra Pal Gautam from Simapuri, and Imran Hussain will fight from Ballimaran. Delhi Assembly Speaker Ram Nivas Goel will contest from Shahadra. Atishi, Raghav Chadha and Dilip Pandey, who unsuccessfully contested Lok Sabha polls, have also been given ticket. With Anand, Tripti Srivastav for AIR News, Delhi.
A total of 5 nominations were filed today in 3 assembly constituencies of Delhi. The BJP today asked the Congress party to explain if it had any doubt about who were behind the Pulwama terror attack in which 40 CRPF personnel were killed last year. Briefing media in New Delhi, BJP spokesperson Sambit Patra alleged that the opposition party is at its best in protecting Pakistan. He hit out at the opposition party after its leaders cited the arrest of Jammu and Kashmir Police DSP Davinder Singh for his links to terrorists, to take a swipe at the RSS and to allege a larger conspiracy in the Pulwama attack. He accused the Congress of linking religion to terror attacks to target Hindus and said the party has a history of doing so. In West Bengal, ruling Trinamool Congress has lodged 2 police complaints against the state BJP president and MP, Mr. Dilip Ghosh, for his controversial remarks on anti-CAA protesters. 1 FIR was filed at Habra in North 24 Pargana district, while another at Ranaghat in Nodia district today. The Supreme Court today dismissed the curative petitions filed by 2 of the 4 death row convicts in the 2012 Nirbhaya gang rape and murder case. A 5-judge bench headed by Justice N.V. Ramana was unanimous that there was no merit in the petitions filed by Vinay Sharma and Mukesh Kumar. The proceedings were conducted in chamber. The applications for the stay of execution of death sentence were also rejected. A curative petition is the last and final legal remedy available to a death row convict. A Delhi court had on 7th of January issued death warrants for the hanging of the 4 convicts on 22nd of January at 7 a.m. in Tihar jail. Meanwhile, convict Mukesh moved the Delhi High Court today for setting aside the death warrant issued by the trial court. The plea is listed for hearing tomorrow. The plea also states that he has moved mercy petitions before the Delhi Lieutenant Governor and the President of India. 2 other death row convicts, Akshay Kumar Singh and Pawan Gupta, had not filed curative petitions. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, visit our News on AIR app and follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. You can also visit our website www.newsonair.com. The hallmarking of gold jewellery and artifacts will now be made mandatory. Briefing media in New Delhi today, Food and Consumer Affairs Minister Ramvilas Paswan said that the government will issue a notification tomorrow regarding mandatory hallmarking of jewellery. He said now the hallmarked gold jewellery will be made available in 3 grades of 14 carat, 18 carat and 22 carat.
1 साल का समय हम लोग उसमें देंगे. इस बीच में जो है जितने भी ज्वेलर्स हैं उनको छूट दिया जाएगा कि जो पुराना सिस्टम है उसको आउट कर दें. इससे जो है जो धोखाधड़ी है और खास करके जो गरीब लोग ठगे जाते थे वो करप्शन जो है वो बंद हो जाएगा.
Mr. Paswan said there are 892 assaying and hallmarking centres operational in 234 districts of the country. He said the focus will be to open more such centres in the next 1 year. Under it, all the jewellers will have to register with the Bureau of Indian Standards. He said there is also a provision of penal action in case of violation of the order. India today signed a Memorandum of Understanding with Bangladesh for the Content Exchange Programme between All India Radio and Bangladesh Betar. An MOU between the National Film Development Corporation India and the Film Development Corporation Bangladesh was also signed. Under it, India will extend its support to establish a film city in Bangladesh. The MOUs were signed in the presence of Information and Broadcasting Minister Prakash Javadekar and Bangladesh's Information Minister Muhammad H. Mahmood in New Delhi. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Javadekar said, India and Bangladesh are organic friends and share great legacy.
बांग्ला बेतार इंडिया और आकाशवाणी इनके नए प्रोग्राम्स भी लॉन्च किए जो दोनों देशों में सुने जाएंगे और पिछले अनेक सालों से मैत्री के रूप में आकाशवाणी के कार्यक्रम 16 घंटे रोज बांग्लादेश में होते हैं और बांग्लादेश के भी कार्यक्रम जॉइंटली आते हैं. तो मुझे लगता है कि हमारा इस क्षेत्र में सहयोग और बढ़ता रहेगा और बहुत ही समाज को दोनों देशों को बहुत भाएगा.
Defence Minister Rajnath Singh along with the Chief of Defence Staff General Bipin Rawat today visited the Jaipur military station and addressed veterans of all the 3 services. He expressed gratitude towards all veterans for their glorious service to the nation and lauded their sense of national pride. Mr. Singh emphasized that welfare of veterans is a national priority and the creation of Chief of Defence Staff will further facilitate in achieving it. After the address, the Defence Minister also interacted with veterans over tea. 14th January every year is commemorated as Armed Forces Veterans Day. The day also coincides with the superannuation of Field Marshal K.M. Cariappa, the first Indian Commander-in-Chief of the Indian Army who became a veteran himself on 14th January 1953. All India Radio Delhi will broadcast live on its Rajdhani and FM Gold channels tomorrow from 10:15 in the morning onwards, the function on the Army Day Parade being held at the Delhi Cantonment. The broadcast would also be available on additional frequencies. Students, teachers and parents across India are eagerly awaiting for Prime Minister Narendra Modi's interaction program, Pariksha Pe Charcha 2020. The event will be held at the Talkatore Stadium in New Delhi on the 20th of this month. Over 2,000 students, parents and teachers will be participating from all over the country. Mr. Modi will answer the questions and interact with students. Talking to All India Radio News, Tejaswini, a student of the Kendriya Vidyalaya, Danapur Cantonment in Bihar, said, Pariksha Pe Charcha motivates students.
His speeches are very motivational, and whenever I listen to his speeches, there's so much of positive energy that tells us that we have to keep going and not look behind. So we keep studying and achieve great marks.
Moving on to sports. In the third edition of the Khelo India Youth Games currently underway in Guwahati, Maharashtra has taken the lead in the medals tally. The last year's champion team has won 26 gold, 31 silver and 50 bronze, followed by Haryana with 21 gold and Delhi with 17 gold. Our correspondent has more.
The athletics event came to a rousing end where several new meet records have been created. Kerala, Haryana and Tamil Nadu excelled in the track and field events. Kerala's Aparna Roy clinched the 110-meter hurdle title in under 21 category. This is her third goal in the Khelo India Youth Games.
मुझे फिर से मेडल जीतने की आशा आई थी, बस करना है अगले कॉम्पिटिशन में इसे भी ज्यादा भागना है, अच्छा टाइम करने की वेटिंग कर रही हूँ.
Uttam Yadav from UP won gold in 1500-meter race with new meet record under 17 category. He now aims to excel in World Junior Championship in coming days. In boys under 17 category, Rajasthan Madhavendra Singh grabbed gold in 110-meter hurdle.
मैं बहुत खुश हूँ क्योंकि मेरा ये पहला नेशनल गोल्ड मेडल है और खेलो इंडिया ऐसे गेम्स में तो मैं बहुत खुश हूँ इसके लिए. प्लेटफॉर्म बहुत हाई है इसका, एज यहाँ पे जूनियर नेशनल और SG5 के भी आते हैं प्लेयर्स. मेरे साथ खूब सारे अप डाउन आए हैं, इसलिए मैं आज बहुत ज्यादा खुश हूँ क्योंकि मेरा पहला नेशनल गोल्ड लगा है और वो भी खेलो इंडिया ऐसे गेम में.
The gymnastics events have also concluded today, where Maharashtra won maximum medals. The final of the volleyball matches will be held tomorrow. With Sasank Kumar, Manas Pratim Sharma, AR News, Guwahati.
In cricket, Australia won the first ODI against India by 10 wickets with 74 balls remaining at Mumbai today. Australia cruised in their 256-run chase thanks to centuries from their openers David Warner and skipper Aaron Finch. Warner scored 128 while Finch scored 110, helping Australia score 258 without loss in 37.4 overs. Earlier put into bat, India were all out for 255 in 49.1 overs. Cold wave conditions persist in several parts of North India. In Jammu and Kashmir, 5 security personnel and as many civilians lost their lives in multiple snow avalanches during the past 48 hours in North Kupawara and Ganderbal districts. The avalanches were triggered by heavy snowfall in higher reaches, including in areas along the line of control in North Kashmir. Several soldiers were rescued from avalanche-hit forward post in Marchal sector in Kupawara. The rescue operation is continuing in the affected areas. Cold winds from the hills has brought the mercury down in Delhi. The maximum temperature was recorded at 17.7 degrees Celsius, 2 degrees below normal. There was a slight decrease in pollution levels in the national capital due to favourable wind speed. Punjab and Haryana witnessed a drop in minimum temperatures a day after heavy rain lashed several places in the two states. In Rajasthan, Mount Abu recorded the minimum temperature of 0 degrees Celsius. In business news, the market benchmarks, the Sensex and the Nifty today ended at fresh lifetime highs amid mixed domestic and global cues. The Sensex rose 93 points to close at 41,953. Likewise, the broader Nifty also hit its lifetime high of 12,362. And now, before we end the bulletin, here are the headlines once again. India's flagship global conference, Raisina Dialogue, begins in New Delhi. Foreign ministers of 12 countries, including Iran, to deliberate on various issues. Filing of nominations begins for Delhi Assembly elections. Aam Aadmi Party announces candidates for all 70 seats. Supreme Court rejects curative petitions of 2 of the 4 death row convicts in the Nirbhaya rape case. And in cricket, Australia defeat India by 10 wickets in the first ODI at Mumbai. And that is all in the news at 9. Good night.